Hello, welcome to the Project Cars part 3 of the comparison. This is with the BMW M6 GT3. The M6 we actually used on Grid Legends, so we're going to be just literally showing how the difference is here. So the opponent settings, you can literally change that, whereas in Grid Legends you hardly can. It goes on the actual racing level that you are. On this you can change the amount of opponents, the opponent skill, aggression, also the type of field that you actually want. So you can even have multi-class, same class. So we're going to go for the same class but random grid position. We will be changing the race settings as well, just because we want to do it as a 2-lap rather than time. Now that is totally different to actual Grid Legends because there's so much different things you can do. You can also do different custom date. So I've changed it to summer with a time progression just over 2, so it speeds along. You can also change the weather forecast as well, so there's various other things. These have very adverse effects, or you could roll the dice and just go random. One of the worst things you can change it to is blizzard. It is foggy, you cannot see, the car is all over the place and everything else. Even in light rain or heavy rain or storm, there is so many things that could actually go wrong. So you can have real-time weather progression, standing or rolling start, mandatory pit stop, and other items as well. Session details, you can have practice and qualifying, but we're going to literally take that off. I may have literally 3 minutes qualifying just to actually get into it. So it might be a longer one than usual. Is it going to allow 3 minutes? Or is it 5? That's fine. 5 minutes qualifying, we'll just do it as that. Sorry, 5 minutes practice. Rules and regulations, you can change them as well, so there's rules and penalties. Track limits, we usually do actually have off just because it's easier when we're doing certain things. They do actually ping you quite a bit on the actual thing. So we're going to go start. So on this, damage will be visible only. There is other aspects as well, so the fuel depletion, and then there's everything else. So what I will do is literally go in, sort the fuel out, probably drop it to 10 laps, and then we'll go from there. I will keep it as standard because the last on the Grid Legends, I kept it as standard. I didn't do anything to the tuning, etc. However, what I will do is maybe have a mess about with the traction control once we actually get onto it. When you come out of the pits, do any warm-up or qualifying, stuff like that, your tyres will be cold. So your car will react like a real car where you need to warm your tyres up. However, when it comes to race day, your tyres will react totally different. So bear that in mind when actually choosing a certain car. Well, any car or setting up a race. Another thing as well is the time of day and the time of year will affect the tyres and the handling of the car, including okay, what we've got here. So we've got 21 laps, we don't need 21 laps. So I'm going to put 10 laps in, just enough to just keep it ticking over. Engine braking, I do actually use engine braking. It does use more fuel, but it means that you can actually carry the corner through this, carry the corner speed, so it helps quite a lot. Another thing as well, you need to remain under the pit limit. Come on. Sounds powerful. I can feel the oversteer already. It just handles totally different. So you can see with the oversteer, the back end is actually happening. I can't remember if this is a front wheel drive. But the concept of speed is totally different, so like, I'm just gonna knock the TC up a little bit. also got traction control on. So like there, it's actually drifting wide and then it drifted back over. Also, you may have realised the course looks very different in regards to elevation. Don't forget this is an outlap. But most games with these sorts of differentiations it's very back heavy though this. I don't mind it, but it's definitely not a front runner compared to the new BMW. That was nice through there. You have to brake more than usual. As you can see, my left hand side tyres are actually warmed up already. You can run over there partially, but it's not always advisable. So this section here is a bit different because it's going really wide. You don't want to take too much of a wide line because you want to try and burst out of there with as much power as possible. Now that the tyres are warmed up, I actually like the car. This is the first time driving this car, by the way. So that's the reason why I actually did a bit of practice and just being a bit sketchy. So 129 was the first lap. I feel because it's weighted it takes the corners quite well, so you need to carry that speed. You've got to think as well, the AI is set to max. 126, 127. Yeah, see, too much through there, off into gravel. It is very front heavy though. It don't punch like I expected it to. Like the lower gears. See, it's got lights on. Yeah, so we've got 2 seconds a lap slower. See if we can make it up here. Yes, that's a lot tighter corner. Right, so we'll go back to the pits and we will skip to the end and continue. So we're still in third with the BMW. In front is an Aston Martin, then there's a Merc, and then there's ourselves. Then I think there's a Z4 behind us. Obviously this game is older. Yeah, it looks like the Z4. Oh no, we didn't finish. Is it random grid? It's random grid. Okay, that doesn't help. That's because it won't qualifying. We will actually change the setup just a slight amount. So now this is the smart thing. You can go to the race engineer. If you've got a problem with any of these, they will actually change it for you. So we're going to increase the front downforce. We're going to also reduce the rear downforce. So it's balanced. You can change the suspension, which is here. So we're going to stiffen the front as well. So you can have a mess around with the certain setups. The main thing is, if you really need to, you can reset to default. We're not going to do that though. But there's so many different things that you can actually change on this if you know what you're doing, which is very similar to Gran Turismo, but you don't have to pay for. So if you know quite a bit about cars, realistically, you could actually create a really good setup. So we've got 2 laps. And we need to put traction control on. here. Bit of a racing incident there. Car's very wavy. Oh, bit of oversteer there. Right, I'm gonna restart the session because I think I need to reset the defaults that we had. I don't like them. So tuning setup, we're gonna reset to defaults. Only thing we will do is literally change the laps and the thing. I really do not like how that was handling then. Basically, if I had enough time, I would have actually done like a proper thing, but this is because this is supposed to be a short video. I'm not gonna. That's better. Oh. So on this I've got traction control on low, ABS on low, and also stability control on. So we're just cruising through the 70, you can see the oversteer trying to kick in. The tyres are still cold. There is 30 cars on here though. Back one stiffing, so I missed my braking point. Make sure I get it here. It's just fully missed the track limits. Might have a gap. Okay, maybe we're pushing a bit too much wide. I had to catch it there and let off just because I'd gone too much on grass. The car feels responsive. So you can't just flick it into the corner like on Grid Legends. So 50 miles an hour through there, 50, 60 even. Hopefully you'll be able to take something of this. I can't say I'm like a pro driver or anything like that compared to these guys. Well, these are AI, but usually what I try and do is follow their line if possible and learn from them. So you can see the car trying to rotate there. Grid Legends, we were going flat out, these guys are having to brake. Can lose that runoff area, but there was a bit of a dip there. Perfect right through there. It'd be good if we could actually get space. Too wide. And there we go, with a 126.7. I feel like that was literally okay. The actual guy's fastest laps was a 128, so I probably would have actually gone past them. Some of them may have got quicker, but as you can see, the variation on this is very different to Grid Legends. None of these are actually paid packs either. So there's loads of different things that you can do, so hopefully you guys have actually enjoyed what you've seen, and hopefully you can actually compare the two. Project Cars 2, probably better for actually learning how to drive. Grid Legends, good fun, very much an arcade game.